Hello, today we're going to go over Signl4's new release with remote actions. So as you can see here, I have loaded up my web page and my mobile phone. And on the Signl4 web portal, if I click on the remote actions button, we're going to see the new remote actions page load. So underneath here you have both an actions and an executions tab, and the action is where you actually create your remote actions and then can assign them to your teams, and then the executions is after you have an action, when you execute it, we'll show a history of that execution there. So let's start with going ahead and adding a new action here. So I'm going to click on the plus button, and this is going to drop down and open up a new box. So for Signl4, we're allowed to add any HTTP request for a webhook or a REST API inside of a remote action, allowing you to complete a action automatically and not having your users manually go in and do this action. So for our purposes today, what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a remote action to let our teams know when there's an issue with a program, such as, in this case, Outlook. So we're going to just go ahead and name this Outlook is down, and we're going to call it for the description the same thing. And you can give it any name and description that you like, just so you could quickly take a look at it and know exactly what this remote action is going to be used for. So next up we have that is also managed by team administrators of field. And what this is saying is by default, the global admin user role can manage all remote actions. However, we also want to have users with the team administrator role of, let's say in this case, the Jedi Masters team also be able to administer this remote action. So next up, we need to know where we're going to send our post for this remote action. And in our case, this particular post is going to go to another Signal4 team, and this team is going to be our all employee users. So we want to let all of our employees know that Outlook is down automatically. So we're going to go ahead and just post in this URL here for our other team, which happens to be our all users team inside of our Signal4. And what we want to do there is, in our particular case, since it's just sending back to Signal4, we don't need an authentication header, name, or value in there. However, if you're sending to a third-party program, you might need that information in there, and you would just type this in here for whatever the name and value for your authentication is for that third-party program. In addition, we also have the content type, and the content type allows you to choose how you're sending over your message. So we have the JSON and XML, the URL encoded, form data, plain text, or plain text XML by default. So we're actually going to leave that blank in this case, and we're going to go ahead and just paste our body in there. And in our case, all we're doing is we're sending over an alert, we're giving it an ID number, we're telling it it's an IT alert, and then the message is that Outlook is down and the state is active. This is just to let our users know, once again, that Outlook is down without having to send manual emails. We can just do this one quick send. So in our case here, the bottom option is what teams should be able to execute this remote action. And for this particular one, we just want our one team, which is our IT team, to be able to send that out. And in this case, it's the Jedi Master team. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on the test button just to make sure this is going to work. And what this should do is create a whole new alert, which we should see over here on the phone. So I click on the test button. It automatically flips over here to my executions tab, and it shows that the execution went off. It says that it was successful. It gives the URL and the values, as well as the result details inside of this execution, as well as the time up here at the top. So now, over here on the right hand side, I'm going to go ahead and open up my alert, and we'll see here's the ID number we gave it, and then the message, Outlook is down. And then if I scroll down for the details, we have the ID again, the type, and then the state, which was all sent over inside of the alert. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to our home page here. So that's how we can just create the remote action, and then we executed it via the test action inside the web portal. However, we also have the ability to execute these remote actions from the alert itself inside of the mobile app. So if we have an alert come into our system, you'll see the alert came into the phone, and if I go into the web portal under Signals, we'll see that the alert came in here as well. And if I expand that down, we'll see that we came into the Jedi Master team, which is our IT team. we have a critical problem and that our server 01, Outlook 01, is unreachable. We see this alert here in the web portal. Now let me go ahead and open it up over here on my phone. And if I expand this out, we'll see the alert here. However, you'll notice we have these buttons down here in the middle. And if I actually click on this React button, we're going to see a list of all of the available remote actions for my user on this team. So we'll see here that the Outlook is down is available. And if I click on this, it shows the details of the alert, as well as the execute button at the bottom. So if I click on the execute button and then input my remote action pin, which can be set inside the web portal under my profile and security. So if I go into here and click on my profile and then select the security tab, you'll see here that we have a pin number that you can set and change as well as your password now. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the pin that I have set, and that's going to kick off the remote action and bring us back over to the alert inside the mobile app. So if I scroll down a little bit, you'll actually see in the timeline the executed remote action Outlook is down. And if I go back into my remote actions and executions, we'll actually see that we executed it again from the actual mobile app. And now if I going to go ahead and acknowledge this alert, but I'm going to back out of this alert, and we'll see that the remote action created that second alert over to my superheroes team, letting all of our users know that Outlook is down. This is just one simple remote action that can be accomplished inside of the Signl4. However, you can use these remote actions from Signl4 to post or get to any webhook or REST API that you have access to, and allows you to quickly perform manual processes automatically with just one click of a button. You can sign up for a free Signl4 trial at signal4.com/free trial test. And this is a completely free trial for 30 days with no credit card required. Thank you and have a nice day.